Boom, wake up, get out of the haze. I'm going to teach you how to handle objections like a savage and how to stop letting prospects get away with bullshit so that you can make way more money. And when you can handle objections, because this really is the secret sauce to sales that a lot of sales pros or a lot of business owners don't understand. I talk to business owners like this all the time. They have good offers, but they don't know how to handle the objections. You're going to double your close rate, which means that more people are going to say yes to working with you. Or if you're a closer, they're going to say yes to buying the offer. Go from 10% to 30%, 40% close rate and triple your income so that you can start bringing in 15, 20K per month wherever you are now. If you're at 5K, you're going to start to do 15, 20K. It's definitely doable, but you need to learn how to handle objections. So I'm going to explain to you exactly how to do this. Before I explain to you the how, we need to know the why. Why do people give objections? You have to start off seeing objections with empathy, because what you're doing is you're asking someone to hand over their livelihood. I didn't say all their livelihood, but some of their livelihood. Even if you're selling an offer that's $5,000, let's say it's a $5,000 fitness mentorship over a year, and you're selling it to someone who's a multimillionaire. They may have a better relationship with money, potentially, but you're still asking them to hand over their livelihood. And this goes against everything in their nature. Everything in your nature tells you to not just give over your hard-earned money to someone, no matter how much money you're making. So how much more someone who wants to build an e-commerce business and they're making $5,000 to $6,000 a year with their 9-to-5 job, and they've got a family of 2, and you're asking them to dip into savings and spend $6,000 on your e-com or the coach that you work for, their e-com coaching offer. Right? Like, you're asking someone to hand over livelihood. So this decision, what I call the horizon point, or the decision-making horizon, can cause fear. It can cause fear. And sometimes it's not even fear. Sometimes it's finances only, but it can cause fear. Hesitation around, can I actually do this? Can I get the result? And I'm going to teach you exactly how to handle the fear, but you have to understand where it's coming from. The prospect doesn't know the future. You know the future because you know the results that the customers are getting. You know the results that the people in the business are getting, but the prospect doesn't know the future. So you have to be able to handle objections by handling fear. And sometimes it can be as simple as just finances, just a bit of logistics. Hey, you have this much amount of money set aside for investing in yourself. No worries, we can work with that. Let's do a payment plan. But what we're going to focus on here is fear, because the harder one to get over is fear. And I'm going to train you guys and give you everything. I'm literally going to give you exactly what you need. What I'm going to show you later is the exact scripting for handling fear. I'm going to give you the entire script and role play with you and show you how it's done. Not role play exactly, because there's no one else here, but it's going to be me role playing with myself and going through the scripts and going through how it all sounds. And then right now, I'm going to show you how to not get fucked over on the call, where you get a prospect who just gives you bullshit and you walk away with thinking that they're going to hit you back. And I'm going to think about it and let you know, and they don't get back to you. I'm going to let you know how to let this never happen again. I have nothing to sell you. What I really want is for you to take action and to grow. So subscribe if you want free education 2 times every week, because that's what I do. I upload generally on Mondays and Thursdays. And if not those days, it's always 2 times a week. So let's rock and roll. Some of the common objections that you're going to see, I'm sure you've heard these and you get these all the time. Start with empathy, of course, understanding where they're coming from. They're coming from fear. Is I need to think about it. I don't make decisions same day. I just had a call just now. He's joining our program for 7.5K paid in full. And I just got like 4 of these from him. He said, I need to think about it. I don't make decisions the same day. Honestly, I just wanted some information. He doesn't have a partner, but he didn't say this. Let me go talk to my partner. But this is another one. He said, can you send me an email? And then kind of like, when do you need a decision? Let me have a day or 2 to think about it and I'll get back to you, right? All of this came up. These are the common objections. This is what normally happens. You have to understand that these are not actually objections. These are not objections. These are masks. Those are not objections. I got you. And I wanted to get you. Because these right here, what I'm showing you on the screen, these are not objections. Those are what you hear. You hear those things, but that's not the actual objection. Those are all masks. Masks are defense mechanisms that the prospect uses to avoid making a decision. That's what a mask is. So the guy I just talked to, I just closed this guy. Do you know what this man said to me? He said, I have business I need to take care of. The offer I'm working on is a dating and self-development offer. So we charge quite a lot of money to help men take control of their dating lives and their mindset and their confidence. He said, I have business to take care of. After I'd solved all the other objections, he's like, I need to take care of business. How does business relate to you meeting an amazing woman? I handled it. But these are all masks. They're defense mechanisms that the prospect uses to avoid making a decision because they're afraid. So you can't meet them head on. The real objection every single time is either going to be fear or it's going to be finances. It's either going to be fear or it's going to be finances. Sometimes it's going to be like, I can't start now because I have this thing coming up and I need to start later. Still fear. I'm afraid that if I start now, I may not get the result that I want if I start earlier rather than later. Or finances. Finances meaning, hey, it's just I don't have the money actually for this, but I could do some of it like a payment plan. Or it could be that's a lot of money and I'm really scared to invest it all. That's fear and finances combined. But the prospect's objection, the real objection, is always going to be fear or finances or both. Every time. It's never, rarely, extremely rarely, so rare that we don't need to talk about it. It's never anything but fear or finances. This is B2B and B2C. Okay? So when you're selling, understand what you're dealing with so you don't get fucked over by the prospect. To solve objections like a gangster, you need to get past the mask that a prospect gives you. This is important. You have to get past the mask because they're going to give you a mask. Like, I need to think about it. And what we need to do is find out what's really going on underneath. Here's the protocol to handle objections. Take a screenshot of this, or if you're taking notes, if you're the kind of person who likes to study up and get better, take notes. This is how you handle objections. I'm going to give it to you. And I want to be clear. I have taken this information from years and tens of thousands of dollars invested in my own personal training. I didn't make this up. This is not me doing this out of my own head after closing, and I closed hundreds of, actually millions of dollars of deals. This is not after that. This is happening after me investing in mentors who are better at this than I am, and me compiling everything I've learned from them and have applied and bringing it to you. So this is nothing that I'm making up out of the blue. Like, this is my special process. It's not special. This is how it works and how you do this. It's the science. It's the psychology behind it. I guarantee you this works if you can do it correctly. And I have video proof of me doing this many times, which is in our private community for free. Okay, the objection handling protocol. Number 1, diffuse. Get buy-in and double buy-in. I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to show it to you. So diffuse it, get buy-in and double buy-in. That's number 1. The first thing is you have to diffuse it. So if they say, oh, I need to think about it, or that's a lot of money. Yeah, not a problem. All good. No worries. No worries. Yeah, totally understand. Because you don't want it to be combative. You don't want it to be a back and forth. Get buy-in, which I'll explain in a second. Buy-in means where the prospect is like, I want to do this. I like this. I'm ready to go. I want to do this. This makes sense to me. Double buy-in. Why does it make sense to me? Explain it again. Why does it make sense? Why do you feel like you're ready for it? Cool. Number 2. This is number 1, actually. Everything else is pre-handling objections. Number 1, find what the real objection is. The pre, by the way, to be clear, the pre is just getting on the same page as the prospect. So this is not handling objections. The pre, which is diffusing, get buy-in, and double buy-in, that's not handling objections. That's you just getting on the same page, like, okay, now we can start to handle the objection. So number 1, find what the real objection actually is. We need to figure out what it is. Once you find what the real objection is, get the primary objection on an island. You separate the objection, you put it in its own little bubble. You keep it by itself in its own little bubble. So you can handle just that objection by itself and only that objection. Sometimes this can get messy, by the way, so you have to practice, you have to be good. There's no amount of watching my YouTube shit that's going to make you close tons of deals in your business or close way more deals as a sales professional. You have to practice this, okay? But you can know where you're going at least by watching trainings like this and having me train you in it here. So get the objection on an island. Have the objection all by itself. Number 3, handle the objection with logic and shut the door on it. That's the next step. You handle it with logic. So you logically, very quickly move past it. I'm going to show you all of this. I'm going to give you the scripts in a second. I'm going to literally do it for you. Handle the objection with logic and shut the door on it. Number 4, move the prospect forward with emotion. So you move them forward with emotion. And you do this using crossroads questions, which I'll explain in a second. And we go into detail on this in the community, but I'll explain it here. Move the prospect forward with emotion, and 5, repeat if needed. That's it. Because you can't do this just once usually. There's going to be multiple objections that come up with certain prospects. I'd say about half the time if someone has real objections and they really have a lot of fear or there's financial concern, they're going to give you 2 or 3 rounds of this usually. That's what's going to happen. Okay. How do we do this and what does it sound like? No problem. That's where we start. So let's use an example of this. They say, I'm going to think about it. Or they say, yeah, I don't know. Can I get back to you? You say to them, this is how it works. The next steps will be we set you up with your coach and we kind of, put you on the path to having success where you can start hitting 20K a month. How do you feel? We're ready to go. We're ready to rock with you, but now it's up to you. How do you feel? Oh, it sounds really good. I definitely want to do it, but can I just have a few days to think about it? First thing, diffuse, get buy-in, double buy-in. So yeah, no problem. That's diffusing. Not a problem. Not an issue. No problem at all. All good. Before you go and think about it, can I ask, like, in your opinion, based on what we went through here and the process that we'll use to get you to 20K per month with your ecomm business, do you feel like Do you feel like it can get you to that position? Or how do you feel? Because that's really the most important thing here. That's what you do first. So now they're going to explain. They're going to explain, yeah, I think that it can. It sounds really good. I like what I'm hearing. It sounds awesome. Okay, why do you feel like it can exactly? That's the next stage. Why do you feel like it can? Well, you want to know why, because we want the prospect to tell us why we're on the same page. And they're going to say, the accountability is great, or I like the mentoring, or I have trust in you guys, or I've seen a lot of reviews. They're going to say something. Okay, now we need to find the real objection. How do we do that? So can I ask, when you go away and think about it, what's coming up for you that makes you want to do so? Just to see if I can help. That's it. Now we figure out the real objection. And often at this point, they're going to be honest. Sometimes they're not. They're going to say, I just want to think about it. And there's a whole another protocol that we use for that. We're going to keep it very simple here. If you want more in-depth training, come train with me. It's literally free inside of our community. And I give all this away and I explain it in detail and show you my own calls. It's ridiculous. There's no one else who gives this much shit away for free, because I can, because I make good money closing it with my other business. So I don't need to sell this stuff. So I could just take it from other people who have done it and built it and train me in it. And I add it all together with my own little twist and I give it to you for free. So can I ask, when you go away and think about it, what's coming up for you that makes you want to do so, just to see if I can help? There's that. Now we're going to get the honesty. They're going to be like, this is actually what's coming up. This is what's causing me anxiety. This is what's the fear. This is where I'm at. This is what's happening. Okay. Let's say that it's fear, because on this training, I want to focus on fear. There's three kinds of fear you're going to experience. You're going to experience trust-based fear, which is they don't trust the program. They don't trust you. They want more reviews. There's a little bit of hesitation there. That's trust. Then there's self. Self-fear is they're afraid of themselves. They're afraid of, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I show up and do this, I'm actually going to get results. There's self-based fear. And then there's past fear. Fear of what happened in the past. Kind of similar to self. Past fear is like, I did a program like this before, or I've tried so many things, but I haven't seen results. I'm afraid of what the future might hold. We're going to go into how to handle this fear protocol. So we'll do something that kind of explains all of them in a way. And this is a very high level overview. I want you to understand, again, in order to get good at this, you're not going to get good just by watching one video. You need to train in this. You need to role play. You need to practice. You need to get on calls and watch your recordings. You need to, if you're closing for your own business and bringing people in, you need to watch the recordings. If you're closing for someone else and you are an actual closer, you need to watch recordings and train and get better with people that are good, though, not just anyone who's saying we can close and we can sell. You have to really be good at this, and you have to understand the psychology, and you have to understand the nuance. How do I know I'll get results? Let's say that's the objection. That's the thing they ask. Like, how do you feel? They're like, it sounds good to me. I like this, I like what I hear, but how do I know I get results? The first thing I do is clarify. I just want to clarify. And then I'm going to stick the objection on an island. You'll see what I do, how it sounds at least. Well, first is clarify. Okay, what do you mean by that? Explain what you mean. Well, let's say they say I've tried things like this before. That could be one. Or they could say, it's just, I don't know if I can get results if I do all the work. I've been so busy and it sounds like this is really tough. Something along those lines, okay? And there's a billion ways this could go, which is why we role play, because you can use the exact specific objection, but I want to go high level so you understand the principles. So the next step is to get the primary objection on an island, and you have to handle the objection with logic and shut the door on it. So I'm going to show you what that sounds like. So let's say that they say, I don't know if I'm going to get results, and that's the basic objection, okay? The basic one is, I don't know if I'll get results. Here's how I say it, and here's what I do. I'm showing you an example of my scripting. You can't know the future. It's impossible. I actually had a sale like this recently that closed, and I handled it this way. You can't know the future. It's impossible, I also can't imagine that you just hop on a call like this every day without actually believing this can help you. This is me handling the logic. So I'm taking the logic that they said, I don't know if this will work, or I just found out about you guys, and I'm making their logic not make sense, and I'm making my logic make sense. So my logic is, I can't imagine you would just hop on this call like this if you didn't believe it couldn't help you. If you believed it would not help you. It doesn't make sense logically. If you thought this can't help you and you thought you couldn't make a change at all, you wouldn't be here. That's the truth. You're looking for something. There's clearly some level of belief you've had to make you get on this call right now. Now you're just confronted with taking it and running with it, which is what's actually coming up, which is fear. I'm not saying all that to them. I'm very efficiently moving their logic aside. So you can't know the future. It's impossible. Boom. They said, I don't know what the future holds. I'm handling that now. Move it out the way. You can't know the future. It's impossible. Done. We're finished with that. I also can't imagine you just hop on a call like this every day without actually believing this can help you. You've seen what we've done for others. So that also builds trust in terms of the case studies. And I don't, if they say I need to see reviews, I change this. This is a different protocol I go down. But this is for if they have a bit of fear in themselves. Yeah, you've seen what we've done for others. You mentioned you do feel like this is the right path for you. You know, there we go. There's the logic. I've handled the logic. I've handled it. At least I should say I put it on an island. So now we're talking in a different kind of logic. I've addressed their logic. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them forward with emotion. Now we move them forward. So the first step is address the logic, put it on an island, and handle the logic. I want you guys to get this principle. Get the primary objection on an island, handle it with logic, and shut the door on it. So I've shut the door on it. I handled all this. You can't know the future. I can't imagine you would just hop on a call like this every day. You've seen what we've done for others. I'll give you another example, right? Guy that I closed recently. He was like, he had also had fear, and he was saying he'd done things like this in the past. He said that was his thing. And this is what I said. This is how I handle it. Can I ask, like, when you did those things in the past, did anyone in those programs get results, or was it like you were kind of the unicorn who just couldn't do it, or did everyone in the program like fail entirely, like it was a scam, or did some people actually get results? And then he was like, no, some people definitely got results. Okay, cool. So you could have gotten results. And would you say honestly that you showed up as the best 110% version of yourself and did every single thing humanly possible that you could have to make sure that you got the results? And then was the accountability from them also there 110% for you? He said, no, it wasn't. There are definitely things I could have done more, and they really didn't check in on me because I know we're going to check in on him. So I have that in my back pocket. He said they didn't check on me. Okay, yeah. Well, what I want to challenge you in is thinking of it this way. Like, let's say you did come into the program. You come in and work with us and train with us, and we give you every single tool possible, okay? And we check in with you consistently because that's what we do. That's our primary structure, the primary thing we do, like I mentioned to you before. And we check in with you every single week consistently and don't let anything slip through the cracks. Can I ask, like, are you prepared to actually do the work necessary? Okay, so I'm going to go into that in a second, moving it forward emotionally. That's what I'm starting to do there. But before I did that, I handled the logic. He said I was in other programs that didn't work. What did I do? I reframed it as other programs worked for other people. You didn't get results. That doesn't mean the programs don't work. Right? Or that means you need to be a different person now. You need to move into the best version of you now for this program. Are you prepared to do that? So I handled the logic. So he said other programs didn't work. I don't want him to think we're like every other program or it's impossible for me to get results. So what I said is other people got results. Did you show up as the best version of yourself? And did that program show up for you? No, they didn't. Okay, cool. Now I've handled the logic. The logic doesn't make sense because other programs can't dictate the future. So I said to him, and I'll tie it off. I said, yeah, are you prepared to actually show up and do that work? Like, are you in a position right now where you want this bad enough where you're going to show up for yourself as we hold you accountable, brother? He said, yes, I definitely am. Okay. And the other thing is the past is the past and you can't control it. The future is the future, but what you can do is affect the present. So in the present moment, do you feel like you're ready to receive the results where you do have abundance, you do have freedom in your life to attract what you want and who you want so you can have the relationships you want and you can give yourself and your family the best version of you? Do you feel ready for that now, for that experience now, bro? You said, yes. Yes, I do. Can I ask why do you feel that? He explained why. Okay, there we go. Objection handled. Now he brought it back into the present. I'm going to put responsibility on him to actually take action, to move forward, but I handled the logic first. Okay, so after you handle logic, the next thing you have to do is move them forward with emotion. I call these crossroads questions. And what you're doing is you're asking questions to get them to say yes to committing to a very specific path, a path of taking action, a path of responsibility, a path of commitment to seeing change and seeing results. So here's how I do that. After I say this, after I say, you mentioned you do feel like this is the right path for you, I'm going to go into this because you're ultimately the guarantee in your dedication to yourself and to your family to see $20K coming into the bank each month where you give them everything they deserve and more. Like that's you. Like you're the guarantee, you know? So can I ask, when we're giving you every single step you need and literally holding your hand through this entire process, the way we do for all of our guys inside, the way we do for everyone who's making 20, 30, even 50K a month, will you back yourself and do the work necessary to be that man who does have complete freedom? Yes or no? They say yes. Yes, I will. Okay, why? Or I could ask another crossroads question. I could dig in even more often I do. I wrote here another crossroads question. And that freedom comes with responsibility. That's just a fact. Like that's just reality. Having the freedom you want comes with responsibility. It comes with a new life. It comes with new opportunities and experiences. Do you believe that you and your family deserve that freedom? Do you believe that you deserve to give them the world? Yes or no? He says, yes, I definitely believe that. Okay, why do you believe that? Because this. Okay, awesome. Now I move him forward. Since you are prepared to do the work and you are prepared to take on the responsibility to have that freedom for yourself and for your family, what's the decision that man makes right here and right now to make sure that that happens? Frankly, it's not putting that freedom off because he can't see the future, because no one can. Only the present exists. That's it. And that I'd maybe add in, so can I challenge you to take the step for yourself, bro? Can I challenge you to put yourself and your family in the best position? Because now is the time. And there isn't a better time. You only have the present. Boom. Handled. Now, I want to say, the prospect is not just going to always roll over and say, okay, I'm in, bro. No, they're going to come back and say, yeah, that sounds really good. Oh, that makes sense. It's just a lot of money. Now we're on to money protocol, finance protocol. If he says it's a lot of money, I'm going to say, okay, yeah, the money's, it's definitely a significant investment. I just want to ask, like, outside of the finances, like, let's say you had the 10K dropped in your lap right here. God just came down and showered you with 10K. Are you ready to step up and be the man who actually has those results and takes that action for himself and for his family so you can see 20K per month? Are you ready for that? Outside the finances, we can figure that out. But are you ready to take the steps? You'd say yes. Okay. In terms of the finance, and now we figure out the finances. Now you're just having a talk on finances. You see, this is objection handling. You got to figure out where it's coming from. Where's the fear? What's the problem? Where's the anxiety? Where's the issue? Where's the hesitation? Where's the block? Handle the block. You handle it. And you move past it, and you move forward with emotion. Put it on an island, put it by itself, and you move forward with emotion using those crossroads questions, getting the commitment and the buy-in from them, double buy-in. Why are you ready? Why do you feel like you deserve this? Why do you feel like you can? And once you do that, once that happens, then you're able to have a deeper conversation about more that may be coming up that's also preventing them, or they're ready to rock and roll. Many times people will say, yeah, I'm ready. What payment plan could I do? Or they say, I'm ready. And then they ask what payment plans, and they say, we can do this or this or this. And then they say, I'll just pay the full thing at once. That makes more sense. And we say, let's rock and roll, brother. Do you want to do this? There we go. We're good. We handled objections. Done. That's it. So this is how you handle objections. If you want to start making more money, again, I'm telling you the protocol. I'm giving it to you here, okay? Diffuse the objection, get buy-in and double buy-in, find out what the real objection is by asking them, can I ask, like, what's actually coming up for you? And again, before you do this, you have to get them on the same page as you. You can't just start by handling objections out of nowhere. You have to make sure they want to do this. Then you find out what the real objection is, like what's actually coming up for you that makes you want to go and think about it. Get it on an island. Okay, that's what's coming up for you. I hear you. I'm going to challenge you in this way. Or let's say they say, I just found out about you guys. You might have just found out about the call, but this has been a problem that you've had for 3 years. All right, like you've wanted to change this for 3 years now. There's that. Or let's say it's a lot of money. What you want also is a lot, You also want a life of freedom. There we go. You handle the objection with logic and you shut the door on it. And you move the prospect forward with emotion using the crossroads question. Can I ask, are you ready to step up and be the person who takes control over their weight? Who takes control to have the body that they want? Do you want that control? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, and are you prepared to grab that control? Because you have to reach out and take it. You can't sit back and meditate on it coming to you. You can't. That's not the way reality works. You have to reach out and take it. God blesses those who take action. That's just the reality. That's the facts. So can I ask, are you ready to take that action for yourself, to give yourself the body you want? I'm talking like a fitness offer. To give yourself the body you want, to give your family the most confident and expressive version of you. Are you ready for that? Yes. Can I ask why you're ready? Because this, that. Okay. Can I challenge you then to, or, okay, what's the decision that person makes here? There we go. Move the prospect forward with emotion. That's it. Repeat it if needed. And you keep going until you got them. That's how you handle objections, man. It's simple. It's simple. It's easy stuff. It's not easy. I lied. It's simple. It's not easy. It's hard. It's difficult. But it's simple. It's not confusing. It's not complicated. It's simple. Okay, hope you're doing well. Hope you're blessed. I hope you use this to make a bunch more money. I'm giving this to you so you can make more money, and you can build your business. You can close more. You can travel. You can have freedom. You can have flexibility. You can have fun the way that I'm able to in my life. I've been blessed, because I put the work in. So the universe, God, has blessed me because I put the work in. Okay. And I want you to experience those same blessings because you put the work in. Take care. I will see you on the next one. Let's keep on rocking and rolling and getting better every single day, one day at a time. That's how we do it. Stay out of the haze. Wake up. Do not get sucked into the haze. And I'll talk to you later.